Hey, Morningstar, like a lot of other guys and even girls, the season of fall means, for me, outside of church stuff, football. It's the sport I enjoy watching more than all the others, whether college, pro, high school, really doesn't matter. I love the big runs, the miraculous one-handed catches, and the punishing hits, especially if I have the game recorded and kind of fly through the commercials. Thank you, DVR. So in football, when the quarterback kind of drops back to pass and the defense breaks through and is getting ready to sack him before he can get the pass off, the quarterback will often run and try to escape, which is called a scramble, the quarterback scrambling. And because of a less than stellar offensive line, our own Rams quarterback, dating all the way back to Kurt Warner, have had to do their fair share of scrambling. But the new quarterback for the Rams, Nick Foles, isn't the only guy who seems to be scrambling these days in terms of St. Louis football. It seems that a huge segment of our city is scrambling to do everything possible to keep the Rams franchise in St. Louis. The Rams owner, Stan Kroenke, seems poised to take the team to Inglewood, California, but local groups in the metro area have come together, drawn up plans for another huge, nearly $1 billion stadium, and even held a town hall meeting this past Tuesday night. Thousands of people showing up to share their thoughts and pledge their support. Now, as I said, I'm a fan. I'm a football fan. I didn't go to the meeting on Tuesday night, and I haven't called in any radio talk shows lately, but I love and support the Rams even after 8 or so terrible years of football. But what's difficult for me is seeing the disparity between things like football and church, where sports have definitely become a religion in our culture. A huge percentage of folks spend so much of their time and money attending games, buying jerseys, and all the paraphernalia. The NFL has even exported several games to London, England again this year, so the broadcasts start early on Sunday morning. Can't go to church because I got, a seventh football game to watch during the day. Did I mention I'm still a fan? It seems like across the board, Sunday sports attendance continues to rise, skyrocket, while weekly worship continues to decline. Actually, there's not a single zip code in America where more people are going to worship now more than compared with a decade ago. Not one zip code where people are actually going to worship more than 10 years ago. Many churches are scrambling, beginning to look to clever marketing campaigns and whatever else to just kind of bring people through the doors. But God doesn't call us just to kind of bring people in the doors, but to create followers. And so what about here at Morningstar? Our attendance has decreased this year. Really for the second time in 16 years, we've kind of gone down a little bit. And I think there are several reasons for that. We've had some key staff turnover, which may have not been real popular, but honestly needed for the health and vitality of our church, fulfilling God's vision for us in the coming years. It's about taking what I consider to be a very open and compassionate stand for the biblical view of homosexuality. And then third, people choosing simply to do other things on the weekend instead of making the worship of God a priority in their lives. Listen, we're not scrambling for answers. Honestly, I think they're very clear. We're not scrambling to put together some sort of clever marketing campaign. God's mission and vision to us is clear. And we're going to continue to march down the field that God has created for us. And I want to share that with you this coming Sunday night, November 1st. Our youth are going to be joining us for the first part. In fact, the youth band is going to be on hand to lead us in a couple songs. That's going to be a ton of fun. And then I'm going to take time to kind of walk through the year, kind of take a 2015 year in review. I'm going to take some responsibility for things that honestly haven't been communicated as clearly and consistently as needed. I want to talk about some of our staffing changes, what prompted them, where we are currently. I want to introduce you to some of our new staff as well as talk through who and what's coming next. I want to share the vision that God has given to us, how we're going to continue to equip God's people who come and attend Morningstar, how we're going to continue to expand God's kingdom beyond our walls. Friends, we're committed to offering some very compelling classes and studies this next year to deepen your faith and help you take those next steps on your spiritual journey as we kind of fulfill the mission and mandate that Christ has put before us. So listen, even if you haven't signed up for a meal or childcare, which kind of begins at 5:30, I still encourage you to attend the actual Vision Night meeting, which begins at 6:30 this Sunday night. Two more things about this weekend. We start a new series called Monopolized, which is going to actually take us, we've put a lot of time and energy into this, help us to kind of free ourselves from anxiety and discontent and put us in a place of receiving God's peace by trusting in His vision for our life. By the way, we're going to be doing both services on Saturday night. It's Halloween, but we're going to do both services on Saturday night as well as obviously both on Sunday morning. Now, second of all, Saturday night, after you've been a blessing to those folks who've come to your door, you've kind of given them all the candy and everything. After you've returned home, you've taken off your costumes and consumed all the candy your kids have collected. Remember, set your clocks back, fall back, enjoy that extra hour of sleep, and then I'll see you in worship. Maybe we need to do a little scrambling on Sunday mornings. Maybe we need to do a little bit of planning. The enemy is going to be rushing. The enemy is going to be on the attack, trying to sack us, to keep us from the worship of God. The enemy wants to keep us monopolized. But friends, together, together we're going to do what it takes. We're going to work together as a team. We're going to have this plan that our head coach, the Holy Spirit, has given us, and we're going to take ground. We're going to push back even the gates of hell, as Jesus said, as we make disciples for Jesus Christ. Hey, be the church this week. Can't wait to see you in worship this weekend. God bless you.